It's a story about class struggle set in the mid-1960s.
I liked it so much and I would not stop talking about it to my mom, so now she wants to read it.
7th grade students at Edison Preparatory School just finished reading S.E. Hinton's book, The Outsiders.
Definitely showed us about how people are outsiders and how they fit in different social groups.
Justin Ochoa says getting to read a perspective from more than 50 years ago is helping him gain a greater understanding of issues our society still faces today.
It's nice to see a point of view in a different time.
His classmate Leah Sponsler feeling more connected to others after reading the book.
You're all really just the same, and it's like you don't really need to be separated and all that stuff.
They didn't just read the book, but they watched The Outsiders movie starring Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, and Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I was really excited. I went over the top.
Not only was the movie filmed in Tulsa, but the story was written by S.E. Hinton when she was a student at Will Rogers High School. She was just 15 years old at the time, and the teacher gave her a C for her work.
Students have gravitated to the fact that S.E. Hinton came from where they came from.
Danny O'Connor, or Danny Boy as he's known, is in love with the Outsiders story.
And that if she has found such great success, that there's a chance that they could find success in the same areas.
He's a founding member of the hip-hop group House of Pain.
So get out your seat and jump around, jump around.
Most well known for the song Jump Around, a crowd favorite at many sporting events.
I listen to it all the time at home now, ever since because I was like, I've never heard that song, and then we listened to it in here and I was like, oh my gosh, I've heard that song before.
I got an autograph by Danny Boy.
Get up, pack it in, let me begin.
He's teamed up with Edison reading teacher Melissa Bryan while she teaches a section on The Outsiders.
It means everything. Again, this is not something that, you inspire to do, or I didn't, this was nothing that was in the cards for me 10 years ago.
Years ago, House of Pain was performing in Tulsa and had a layover. Someone took him on a tour, pointed out the Outsiders' home, which was in disrepair and in danger of being torn down and the property redeveloped. O'Connor loved the story and wanted to preserve the history and educate a new generation about the life lessons learned in Hinton's Tulsa-based story.
It's mind-blowing for me to be here. It's also exciting for me to be here, and as an ambassador to a small part of the Outsiders' legacy and story, again, it's something I guard with my life, but I also love sharing and talking about.
He actually bought the house and is in the process of renovating it, collecting movie memorabilia, and plans to open a museum to honor the story and connection to Tulsa.
While I'm all for growth and redevelopment, there's certain things that need to be preserved, and we felt that the Outsiders house in particular was one of those things. It's a national treasure to us.
Hoping new students will learn the story of the Greasers and the Soch, two rival gangs in the story that represent Tulsa's divide between the lower class and the upper class in the 1960s.
She came from one part of town, Sherry, and Pony lived on the other side of town, but they both saw the same sunset, and you can apply that as a metaphor to just about anything in life, which is, the metaphor is stay grateful, stay humble, work hard, and that's, you look for the sunshine.
This is a fantastic opportunity for the students to be able to actually hear somebody that's so invested in the book and in the movie.
Bryan hoping her students take note of the power of reading.
I hope my students see, one, that books are meaningful, that they can affect someone's life.
And how that experience can affect a whole new generation of people.
Just like they affected Danny O'Connor's life. He watched a movie in the 80s, and now here he is all these years later, and this has made a big impact on him. And I hope, as a reading teacher, I hope that my students see that anything they read can have a big effect on their life, that they can take something from that.
I just think it's cool, like a rapper coming to talk to us about books. It doesn't seem normal, but it seems nice to see something like that.